Still streaming. Okay, now we're live. Hey, hi, welcome.
Hi.
Hey, chat. Welcome, players. Welcome to another night of The Forsaken here on Mapbird Streams, which is every Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Sorry, I got distracted and then just went out the window from there. Yeah, so we're here for a couple of hours tonight. Again, for those watching, unlike the other streams that usually stop at 1 a.m., we're going to be stopping at midnight tonight because I have to get up at 6 a.m. in the morning, so need sleep. And yeah, but we'll be here for a couple of hours to entertain y'all. Unfortunately, I don't have a very concise summary from last week's episode written up, but I will try to do my best to remember what happened. So our adventurers, I think let's see, last week was when
We fought some ghosts.
oh, that's right, yeah, y'all fought the ghosts last week. I was thinking about the week before. So let me turn on this music. I think it's a little too loud. So last week, our adventurers came across a familiar face in the Rakoth lands, Zelthora, who a few of them had met before on the continent of Victa, and so they went over to help her because she was fighting some ghosts, and four of them.
I think there might have just been two.
There might have just been two. I think that I was originally thinking four, but then I knocked it down because I was like, ooh. Yeah, so fighting a couple of ghosts, got them done. That lasted for a good a good portion of the session. It was it was a good fight. Everyone did what they could.
No one died.
No one died.
No one died.
No one died. A couple people. Well, one person was possessed, I think, or two. I think just one.
Just Zelthora.
Yeah, Zelthora was possessed. So there was some figuring out to do after that. But once she came to, and was herself again, the party soon realized that she doesn't seem to remember the ones that she had met before, and doesn't seem to remember why she's there in Rakoth. Said that she told the group that she kind of woke up in the kind of like in the wind and on the ground, and doesn't remember why she's there. Really doesn't doesn't seem to remember too much about like meeting them in the past, or
name.
Right. Almost like doesn't hardly remember her name. So, yeah, surprising. So it was starting to get nighttime. It was getting, it's dusk. And so the party started, talking about finding a place to camp for the night. And Zelthora led them into into the wind. Very low visibility in this area. You can only see about 20 feet out from you. And they came across what looked like a little camp. That's what she led them to. And that's where we ended last week's session. So, tonight... yes, so everyone had just kind of got done with the fight. Zelthora said, follow me, and led you through, as I said, it's getting dusk, it's getting a little darker out. You have that wind that's been consistent throughout the entire fight, and is consistent now, and it's been consistent since you entered Rakoth, with sand kind of mixed in, so, your skin, any exposed skin feels, a little raw, and, like you've, anyone who's done like body scrubs, that you've like used a body scrub and then didn't like wash it off, you just kind of kept it on there and just
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah. And yeah, so you're starting to feel very tired, and just with this wind continuously beating against you, you follow Zalthora into this kind of low visibility, and she's just kind of trudging along. I think Gerbil was kind of the first one to start following her,
Hmm.
and uh, everyone else just kind of like followed Gerbil into what seemed like nothing, because again, you couldn't really see anything around you except the sand, uh, and just kind of this like the sand mixed with the wind and mist, it seemed like. And yeah, after walking for probably like 15 minutes, I 10 minutes, uh, you start to kind of, you're right upon it when you can finally see it. It's like this little encampment, very small, but so it will be kind of tough to kind of fit everyone in. You're going to be kind of close together for the night, but it seems like, it's kind of against some rock, kind of like going up to the mountainside. And it seems like that Zelthora, she's the one that did this camp, has taken some rock and kind of, you know, uh, some smaller rocks and piled them on top of each other. There also seems to be some maybe debris of some sort. Some like a big wooden slab that's been kind of like, that might have been like a door or wall or something that's been positioned to kind of be against the wind. Because mostly, like, the wind has mostly blew from one direction. It's not swirling, or, I mean, a little bit, but it seems from coming from mostly one direction. So it seems to be kind of like type against that with some other kind of pieces of debris from a building or something, kind of like, stacked up in other areas. Um, Again, very small, but it would, you could automatically see that it would give you some reprieve from this continuous wind beating against you. Zalthor kind of, goes over and amidst kind of the makeshift walls and the rocks. Looks like that she has like a little camp going, that she's kind of positioned a couple, like a couple of walls and like some cloth up overhead around. And it's not burning right now, but she kind of immediately goes over to, this camp, and to what looks like might have been like a campfire, I guess is what I'm saying, and kind of sits down on like one of the logs that's around it, and starts to try to like get something going. It looks like repositioning a piece of wood so that the wind doesn't hit, and she can get a fire going. Just sit anywhere, I guess.
All right. Tegan will sit
Gerbil,
down. Yeah.
yeah, Gerbil will wash off all the sand out of his fur. Just um, do you, do you need any help with the fire?
She kind of looks up at you, Gerbil. I mean, if you want to just make sure that this wall isn't, that the wind isn't getting to me, that'd be helpful, I guess. And she just continues to start to try to work with it.
Is there wood nearby?
She seems to
Climbable
have
nearby?
a couple. I mean, you have like the walls and stuff. Make a perception check for me.
5.
Okay. Yeah, you besides the walls, you kind of look around, but your eyes feel a little scratchy, and you're gonna have to rub them a bit. It's kind of hard to see.
Gerbil will go over and make sure the wall's secure and everything.
Okay. All right. Yeah, there's like,
Um,
it's like a piece of wood that's been jammed between two rocks right there close to where she's working on the fire. So it is repositionable, and it looks like there are several little places where she's placed kind of medium-sized rocks to be able to jam it into. Um, make a survival check for me. Triple.
Okay. 16.
Okay. Yeah, I would say with that roll, you are able to kind of, recognize which way the wind is coming from and be able to, like, get that door kind of jammed in there to where it seems to help. And, okay. It takes her a bit to get something going, and you can hear her kind of curse under her breath. But finally, probably after like 5 minutes of working, she gets something going. Very small, but something. She will kind of motion towards what looks like a sack, kind of sitting with. Well, I'd say it's you probably can't tell that it's a sack because it has a cloth draped over it to kind of protect it. So you kind of like this little bundle of cloth off to the side, kind of like against a rock. If you need some rations, there's some in there. I have a few left.
Yeah, we have. We can share some more stuff. Gerbil will kind of gesture towards the picture to reveal the plate of infinite pastries.
Oh, okay. Oh,
We'll all survive, but we'll all have diabetes.
Yeah. I kind of have something, and she'll get it out of her bag and, kind of wince against the wind and kind of get down a little bit lower to kind of where just, Zolthor, because Zolthor's kind of hunched down, which, with the walls and stuff around, sitting down on the ground seems to be like the best way to kind of avoid that consistent wind against you. So Pixrin will kind of like crouch down and set the plate down, which a bunch of pastries will magically appear on it. Zolthora will kind of... Wow, that's... And she'll just immediately take one and start just like tearing pieces of it off and eating it. Kind of coughing.
Comes in handy.
I'm sure it does. It's thank you.
I'll take a pastry.
I know you pretty much you described this camp very vividly, but is it possible to see like maybe how long it's been set up?
Make a perception check.
Oh, no. Yeah, I don't even know. 4.
Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, you kind of glance around, Tribble, but again, like your eyes are tired. They're a little watery. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Judy's gonna get as close to the fire as she can without, getting singed.
Mm-hmm.
And she hasn't spoken to Zothera yet, but she mentioned that she'd only been here a few days ago. So I guess she'll try and get Zothera's attention and just. Did you say you had only been here a short while? You seem surprised.
Yeah, she'll kind of motion towards one of the rocks, the larger rocks that seem to kind of be attached to, you would assume, as a mountain. Either a very big, larger rock. It's hard to tell again with the visibility. But she'll motion towards that, and you'll kind of follow her gaze and see 3 lines. Like almost like ticks, 3 of them.
Oh, 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been 3 days, I guess, since I woke up.
So
Yeah.
you woke up here. You didn't walk through anything. You just appeared here 3 days ago?
I was traveling deeper into the wind, and I assume that's where I woke up, as I woke up in the wind, face first, on the floor.
Been there.
And, yeah, don't know. It took me a day to even get a sense of myself. And I've been trying to piece together things since. Thankfully, I had a couple things written down on a scrap piece of paper, just like, you know, the name of the place. That's pretty much it. Some kind of a couple of other names that I didn't really recognize, but
Do you mind if we take a look at these scraps of paper?
yeah, she'll kind of like kneel down and kind of like kind of crouching over to the cloths that she kind of motioned towards earlier, and we'll start taking a couple of them off, and you'll see kind of like a sack that she'll start kind of rummaging through and hand you what looks like just a couple of torn pieces of parchment that are just not very big.
Dribble will thank you, and he'll read read the torn little pieces of paper, see if anything strikes out.
Yeah, one of the pieces of paper, it has like scribbled down Rakoth in this very kind of like strong handwriting that you recognize from before. You know, from her note to you in forgot the continent name now. Victa. Yeah. So it has Rakoth written, you know, in kind of like all capital letters, underlined a couple of times, circled, and then you know, under that are there are a couple other things like a library question mark. Why would he be there question mark? And then on the other piece of paper, it just says a couple of names. Susan, Gregory, and they're just kind of like written in like different areas, and just almost seems like someone just like jotting down a name really quick. And at the bottom, it has like circled several times, but where is he? Question mark, question mark. Any of it seem familiar?
Well, I mean, we are in Rakoth.
Yeah, kind of, I don't know. That seemed about right.
I can't. Do we know a Susan and Gregory? I don't think we do.
Yeah, make an intelligence check, Gerbil. See if you know a Susan or a Gregory.
Oh. Don't know if that. I think I knocked it. It's a 19, but I think I accidentally knocked it, so I'm gonna roll it again.
Okay.
Are you sure Gregory doesn't say Geraldine?
You read
Oh,
Gregory.
it's stuck in the dice tower.
Nice.
Okay. Intelligence. Oh, that's I don't. 11.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless we want to take that 19.
Sounds. I mean, it. You know. I mean, maybe you've met a Gregory. You know, Greg or a Susan in your life, but it doesn't really ring any bells as anything important.
Do you think you have? I mean, I can maybe guess at who the he is. You have written down, but I can't be for certain.
Who is it?
I mean, my first guess would probably be, maybe you're looking for your brother, because we don't know his whereabouts currently, and or I do know who you were looking for the last time we met. What's his name? Barrick? No.
Paris.
Ferris.
Varys. Okay, I had it right first. Okay. You were looking for a Varys, but I don't think he would be a reason why you travel to this plane, because I don't think he's here. I could be wrong, but
No, Varys doesn't sound familiar. My brother, though.
his name was Jerheim.
She'll kind of hang her head for a moment and just kind of like knead her forehead. I don't understand. I don't understand what is happening. Why can't I remember anything?
Can I cast Detect Magic while they're talking?
Sure.
I'm trying to see if there's any magic in the area, but also to see if there's any sort of enchantment upon her that might make her lose her memory.
Sure. Yeah, so you go to cast Detect Magic, and that's instantaneous, right? That's not...
Yeah,
There's
it's
no
one
casting
action.
time.
Yep.
That's what I thought. So I was just looking to see... to answer Kazil's question here. That'd be way down here, 5th.
Right. I did. I guess I could speak up, right? Because I haven't only told us that.
I don't think that she has it. I don't see it, and she doesn't have it in her prepared spells in
okay.
D&D Beyond.
Well, thank you.
I'm sorry. Did someone ask her something? Oh yeah, the detect magic. The detect magic.
Yeah.
Renarius, you cast detect magic. You don't see anything. I mean, what's the distance on detect magic?
30 feet.
30 feet. No, you don't see anything.
And nothing in her possessions or anything?
No.
Cool.
Well, you are currently on a different plane than what I imagine you're used to, and I don't know how you traveled to here, but I know it can be tricky, and it can affect memories if you don't travel the proper way in the proper preparations.
So I would just
Possibility.
wake up in the middle of the sand?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we've known anyone who's gotten here and just appeared in random places. But I forget, is Polo still with us? Has Polo still been hanging around with us?
Yeah, Pola's still with you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I don't remember. Polo, our mouse guide friend.
Hey! Hi.
I can't remember if it was him or if it was another scout, but they reported seeing a half-orc woman heading towards this direction a few weeks ago.
Yep. That's it.
Um,
I
So
don't.
it could be. But I also know the different parts of this plane. The land is weird. Like I know the area right outside of Rakoth, and he'll kind of gesture in that direction. There's a place called the Slaughter Glade, and from a distance it looks like fields, but as you get closer, it becomes apparent that it is more of a fiery landscape with lots of bad-looking
Saturdays.
things.
That rings a bell a bit. I do remember maybe passing through there.
Um, but
Sorry, I wish I could be of more help. I mean, y'all have been a help to me already, but I just wish I could remember what it was, and so I can keep doing it, I guess. Where am I from? No, I'm not from here.
no, if I remember, we met you on a continent called Victa, but I believe you were from Osbergen. Your brother was serving under the Queen in Bornheim. We met at a festival in Trindalag on Victa. You had mentioned, I can't find it by notes. What was the place that she mentioned that she's
Perth.
on a Perth?
Perth?
Yeah. You think you had a place in a town called Perth on a different continent, but I.
She'll kind of reach out and grab hold of your arm. Drupal. Perth. I do remember Perth. What else?
You I believe you were a bounty hunter. You were searching or investigator. You searched for people. The last person, I believe, when we met, that you were looking for was Varys.
Right, you mentioned him earlier, and it sounds familiar.
Yeah, you liked tacos. We ate tacos together at the festival.
Yay.
We fought in a competition. That's how we met.
Oh my god, the bugbear. I remember.
Yes, I'm the bugbear. I am a bugbear.
He said it. He said the title. Yeah.
Everyone, take a drink.
You she'll kind of like look around and kind of like lower her voice. You wrote me a letter.
I did. Which I don't think he told anyone else in the party.
You see her kind of smile, probably for the first time since, like, you know, I do remember the festival. Wow, thank you.
The important thing is you're remembering stuff, so it's.
So why are
like it's
you
gone.
here?
Uh, that's that's a very long, complicated story. I don't think we know half the time. Um, uh, does does the name Torchlight mean anything to you?
No. I mean, torch and the light, but I take it it's not that simple.
No. There's a group that we're a part of, and as part of being part of that group, we're also here trying to help some lost people. We have a handful of people that we are looking for, that we believe are here,
Including my brother.
I don't know for sure, but I know what little I know of you. You would more than be willing to come to a place like this to find him if you did think he was here. But, actually, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I don't think I've done it today. Gerbil will pull out the crystal ball of telepathy.
Okay.
I'm still a little new at this, but I can try to find him, and if I can tell he's on this plane, that's it's more than we knew beforehand. Best case scenario, I can determine exactly where he is, hopefully.
Okay.
Alright. Will pull out have the crystal ball and kind of like glance at everybody, because so far he's not used the crystal ball at all in front of anybody. So it's probably news to everyone that Gerbil can use a crystal ball.
Junie's very interested in that.
Yeah. So I will. Yeah. I forget. Do I have to roll anything or?
No, I think that's me. And target
Yeah,
must
roll the
make a
crystal
wisdom
ball.
saving throw. Okay.
Just
So
roll it.
yeah, you see Gerbil
Yeah.
pull out this crystal ball, and
Is that Fushigi?
No, it's my
Oh,
it's my
German.
microphone.
I love it.
Mhm.
I love it. Let's
Have to.
see.
I need to go to Fushigi now.
I know you do.
You really do. I do a Mad Bird Christmas gift exchange.
Just I'll end up with like 15 Fushigis from everybody.
Nice.
I don't. It's not a bad thing.
Okay. Okay. All right. You will start to see some you're holding this crystal ball that looks very crystal. You can see through it. And then as you're thinking of him, you start to see kind of this blackness kind of swirl around inside the ball until it completely fills the crystal ball. Within the blackness, you see some movement, and it's almost like you are. There, it's very dark, whatever you're looking at, and but just like a slither or two of light that's kind of shining on what you can kind of work out is maybe a bed with someone in it, who immediately sits up and starts looking around. Not really frantically, but you can see their head move and their eyes kind of dart around the room. And as far as you can tell, there's no one else around the area. Let's see here. 10 minutes, a target is open. Okay. No one else immediately around the bed. And it's a single bed. You can maybe work out a set of chains on the wall. Are you proficient in Arcana at all, Gerbil? I don't think.
I am not.
Okay. Alright, I just want to make sure.
Athletics?
Yeah, so you see Jerheim kind of looking, definitely that's here seeing, and kind of looks around. And it's a particular creature. Is it making time to make? Okay. Hello?
I can't communicate
No.
through it, right?
I can sense that you're here. And the rest of you can see this kind of image within the glass, I'll say. Zelthora, who was sitting beside you, kind of like leaning in closely, Gerbil, will kind of like grab your arm and, hold tightly to it. Is that him?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. This is a thing because crystal ball telepathy can also cast suggestion.
Yeah.
Which the first sentence of suggestion says, the creature you can see within range can hear and understand you.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're immune to effects of being charmed. But
He can't hear
guess-
you. Oh, but it is on the ball, isn't it?
yeah,
so this
it's a
isn't
part
like
of
an
it.
extra
It's the ability.
thing.
Yeah, it's ability of the crystal ball telepathy.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, you don't. You can also use an action to cast the suggestion spell through the sensor on one of those creatures.
Okay.
So I guess my suggestion is say where you are. And he has to beat a wisdom save of 17. Unless he's like immune to charms or something.
You seem kind of pause for a moment in the image, like he's listening to something as you speak out the command. I was brought to a cell. I don't know where it's located. I was on my way here to inquire about something, and they just brought me in. That's all I know.
I don't think I think I can only do it once. So it's like
It was
I don't know how to
people in robes.
I'll as I'm hearing it, I don't know if it's coming through to Christabel, so I'll repeat it for everybody. Yeah, I can't use the ability again, so I'll keep the image up for, I guess, for as long as I can, just like so Zell can keep looking at him. But after I mentioned the stuff about how he doesn't know where he is, but he's just taken by people in robes and stuff, Gerbil will kind of make eye contact with everybody and make sure we're all kind of on the, just like, that seems very library-ish.
Why does it seem... This is Zelthora. Why does it seem library-ish? What do you mean?
Oh, I wasn't sure I was going to say that out loud. But, but after, after it fades away, children get, well, he's alive, and he's on this plane, or else it wouldn't have found him. So I'm willing to wager that he is probably trapped at the same place with the people we are looking for. And I think you were already heading there. And he never actually handed back her sheets of paper, and he'll hand back and say, I think you were trying to head for the library.
This place that you're talking about, that's where I was going. Do you think that he's there? Do you think that that's where he's being held?
There's a...
Held, you don't.
It's a... No. Yeah, I mean, it's possible... because from what we know of the libraries, that they have been kidnapping people from all over. Do you remember if Jurheim was a proficient magic wielder? I don't remember that.
Well, I do you remember... Do you remember a smaller orc? Maybe him? Practicing magic, but... I don't know, it feels like that maybe... I don't know, it didn't last long, or maybe... he... stopped practicing?
Maybe it's possible he's being held just for getting too close. It's a very long, dangerous story, but...
Are they the ones that took my memory?
I don't know
That was
if
the
it was
ghost.
them.
He kind of looks at you for the first time because I'm sorry?
The ghost told me. It's one of the things that I asked him. There's ghosts in the winds here, and they like to take people's memories. They don't have many of their own.
So Thor will stand up and, like, it's gotten a little bit darker now, not quite pitch dark, but definitely close. The campfire that she made is, definitely not going strong by any means, but there is something, there's a little bit of a fire going deep within a couple of pieces of wood that are there. But she'll stand up and just kind of like with her fists clenched and start stepping like towards the kind of the parameters of this little encampment area, and just kind of like looking out into like the nothing again, because you can't see anything and you hear the wind continuously howling. You did that? You stole my memories. Fuckers. She'll turn around and like come back to the campfire and just sit down, like almost forcefully. We need to get them back. I have to get them back. Gerbil, right?
Yes. Yes. I mean, you are starting to remember things, but Kazeel, do you know if the memories return after a while, or are they gone?
Well, when I asked that ghost, they said that we could retrieve them, but they didn't say they come back the other way. Perhaps there's other ways. Wasn't very specific. Sounds like we have to find the ghost that took it and dispatch them. Perhaps.
Wait, do you still have the ghost under your control?
No, I let Zelthurid.
Yeah.
The time was going to run out, so I let her destroy it.
Well, oh. But
Yeah,
those weren't
I
the
killed
ghosts
it.
that-
You saw me. You were right there, Gerbil.
But you woke up with no memory 3 days ago.
Exactly. Yeah.
So. Well.
Probably 3 days back.
Does any of us know locate monster? That's a low level spell, right?
Actually, locate
Oh.
creature?
Oh.
I don't know if a ghost would count as a creature. It'd be
Yeah,
cool if it
creature
did.
covers every single
yeah.
living thing in this.
Oh,
game.
God.
It's the best version.
Wait,
We
living thing?
cause damage. We cause damage. It should
And
count.
undead and all that.
Okay, I was like, wait.
The spell
Fine
can
print.
locate a specific creature known to you, or the nearest creature of a specific kind.
The kind that took memories from Silver. And just kidding.
Wow.
Have you?
So cheesy.
Do you? Other than the ghosts we just dispatched, do you remember any other ghosts that you ran on with, Benetui?
When I woke up, in the wind out there, I don't know. I mean, when y'all found me, that was like the sixth ghost I had fought that day. As Kazil's looking around with
Look at
this.
the wind.
Make a perception check, Kazil.
Kazil just turns around, found it.
Oh, you mean that one?
And do it with advantage since you have the telescope.
Oh, nice. Okay.
No.
I just
Oh, that's
imagine
much better.
like a ghost just peeking over a dude. It's like,
I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Nice. I had a 17. I now have a 29 with advantage.
Woof.
You would have been fine. Whatever.
Get out of here.
gosh.
So,
Bards are broken.
yes, as you're looking around, Kazil, as you're looking around as they're having this conversation with the scope, you do see, I don't guess, I mean, I would say, I mean, what, like maybe 40 feet, you could probably see 40 feet out with this. I never gave you feet, like how far you could see out with it, I don't think.
It is I mean, for what it's worth, it's meant to see far distances.
Well, that's what I know.
Just to put that out there.
I got it, Dan.
So,
Let me see.
1.5
How-
football fields?
How far does a telescope?
It's a small object. It's a football. Yeah.
I mean, I think it depends on the type of telescope.
Yeah.
How big is the telescope?
It's spyglass.
Spyglass. How far does a
Some things it depends
spyglass
on the length.
spyglass?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a telescope, you're seeing ghosts in space.
Nice.
Space ghost.
Okay. So we're gonna say that you can probably see about 60 feet out, 60 to like 80 probably. You can definitely see probably within like 30, 40 feet some like glowing that seems to be moving around that's similar to what you saw before when you were seeing the spirits. It does seem a little obscured by like the sand and the wind, but you can definitely see those kind of glowing spots kind of moving amongst this kind of like mist and wind and sand that's blowing out there. And you probably, and again, that probably starts within like 30 to 40 feet, and probably up to 80 feet out, you would see possibly more here and there, but they're very faint. But in comparison to say like how many you're seeing around 30 to 40 feet out, you're probably seeing like at 80 feet out, you're probably seeing twice as many at least, like you know, lit up areas.
Okay, like dozens. Like if I added them all up, like.
Yeah, I would say if you added them all up, you're probably total seeing in the complete range probably about 25.
Okay.
If you kind of like look around.
Oh. So I'm just gonna.
Who are you gonna call?
Hey, the cavalry. This is.
We drop everything. It just become D&D Ghostbusters.
I mean, y'all have been threatening that this entire time, and you know.
Nice, but here we are.
I can fix the campaign. That's sure.
Nice. So there's at least 24 ghosts out in the wind and the sand.
Maybe I can try to be of some assistance. And I am going to try casting Locate Creature.
I'm just breaking in all the stops this evening. Okay, so Locate Creature.
If anyone can do it, I know that you can, and I'm gonna inspire you.
Great.
Or try to. The D10.
Pulls out the pom poms.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
What are you? How are you describing this, Renarius?
I would describe it as the spirit that stole Zelthura's memories.
I will caution you. This just say that is familiar to you.
Well, ghosts look the same to Renarius.
But
ghostist.
Since direction, the creature's location. I tell you what. Make an Arcana check for me, please.
22.
Okay. Okay, so since the creature's longest creatures within 1,000 feet, the creature's moving, you know the direction it's being met. Creature known to hear the nearest creature of the specific kind, as long as you have seen such a creature up close within 30 feet at least once. Described in means of different forms, such as being under the effects of climb or spell. Can't locate a creature of running water at least 10 feet. Interesting. Okay. The running water thing. Yeah. With such a high Arcana check, I'm going to bend the rules a bit. I would say that you sense that what you describe might be out. Do me a favor and make a survival check for me, please.
Oh God!
I know, but like, so you can know, like.
You still have that inspiration, or did you use it on that Arcana check?
There goes
I'm gonna
Nereus.
use a lucky because I rolled a 2. There we go, nat 20.
Okay. All right.
That was better.
Nice.
Okay, so this is just so, I mean, because it doesn't affect you being able to tell which direction, but I was just using that so that way you can tell maybe which direction, like in relative to which way you came, like into the camp. So I'm going to say that you were kind of able to tell that when you came to the camp, you were kind of going a little bit away from the direction that y'all were traveling to get to the library. It seems like it's back in that direction that you were traveling where you met Zelthora. But not because, again, you only walked like 15, like 10, 15 minutes. Well, that's a ways. It definitely feels like, because it was within 1,000 feet of you, it definitely feels like that it's like possibly that far away.
Okay.
It's a ways.
Well,
Let me just double check that. Make sure I'm not.
yeah. Before I speak and have to remake it.
Yep. Yeah, about 800, around there, probably feet away, in that area.
If I'm correct, I have a direction of this specific spirit who may have Zelthora's memories. I'm not sure if we wish to leave immediately, but I fear that if we wait too long, I may not be able to locate it again.
It is nighttime.
And this is the duration's 1 hour. Does that mean over an hour's time I would be able to hone in on?
As long as you stay concentrated on it.
Okay.
Gerbil slaps Renarius with that. Good job! No. And no. No, he doesn't do that. Well, Gerbil looks at Zell. I can't assume to know. Well, I guess I kind of know what it's like not to have memories, but this is your decision, Zell. You wanna? We know where it is roughly right now, but we are pretty roughed up.
I want to put the group in danger. I mean, y'all have helped me this far. I don't... We should rest and just go tomorrow. And I mean, that's my vote. I don't... To be honest, I haven't traveled out there at nighttime. So I don't know what... I've always just kind of like came back to camp. It seemed like the best thing to do. But if y'all feel up to it, I guess. I'm not going to stop you, of course, but I don't know what we'd run into out there. I have no clue. I mean, I've been protected at this camp, but,
Suppose we can talk it over and sorted out by the morning. Look, perhaps we should use. I'll look at Renarius. That magical dome to protect us tonight, if you have it.
Oh, I certainly will. I never tried to sleep without it.
He cast it
That's
5
right.
minutes ago.
Oh, we did. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no,
No,
I
I
didn't.
was
No,
joking.
he
I
was
was saying
kidding.
like
Oh,
he
he
just
was
already,
kidding.
he automatically
I
did. Just like
forgot. In the underwater
anytime it
breathing,
looks like
yeah.
we're like stopping for the night, just like poof.
Nice. I can use a bit of rest.
Okay. I would hate for Zelthara to lose her memories forever.
Right.
Yes. So
I appreciate that. Thank you. Renarius, right? Is that what you said?
Yes, that is my name.
All right. Gotcha. And you got Tegan, right?
Yes. Yep.
Kazeel. Yeah. And what are the two of you? Who are the two of you? Kind of looking at Zavar and Juniper.
You may call me Zivar.
Zavar, got it.
Junie. Juniper. It is Junie.
Juniper, got it.
Don't feel bad if you don't remember these three because they weren't with us when we met you. So this is the first time you're meeting Junie, Zavar, and Kazeel. But Tegan and Renarius were with me when you met us. So.
Got it. Sorry, I don't remember more.
No,
I
it's-
remember having a fun time at the festival. Cute town, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Well, so we're bedding down for the night, right?
Yeah.
That seems it. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best. Well, kind of looks around. It's a little cramped in here, I think, but
There is one thing I could try that might work a bit better because I not look at my spell list at all. So if
Okay.
you're willing,
all right. Yeah, what is it?
I can try and restore your memories with some magic. I have greater restoration.
Oh,
You have it.
okay.
Asking all sorts of people about it.
Kazeel.
Wow. What's his in score?
I mean,
You
Negative.
answered your own question.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
when
12. Yeah.
you're like 100 or whatever years old, your memory starts to go. You know,
Oh, he's
can't
older
blame
than that.
old man for trying.
Mhm.
Who's got that greater restoration? Oh, is it me?
Wow.
Oh, sorry. I'm just reading. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but shoot. What do you? And she'll kind of like stand up. What do you need me to?
I'll just
What do you
hold
need me
your
to do?
shoulder if that's
Oh,
right.
Sure.
Right? I'll just take and I'll cast it as I'm saying that.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Herbal
You.
is staring unblinkingly at the hand on the shoulder.
I specifically didn't go for the hand because of
Yeah.
Geneva.
Yeah.
To make sure you identified everything she's wearing, Kazeel.
Zothora like
10 minutes.
kind of like shuts her eyes really tight, and
Oh,
Just kind of
magic
waits.
armor. Hmm.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to kind of do the same thing with you. Kazil, could you do an Arcana check for me, please? So it doesn't quite cover it, but
Well, that's a 23.
total?
Mhm.
Too bad. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice, nice.
Womp womp.
Number
Kazeel
was
dies.
31.
Yeah.
He's rolling too high.
Kazeel
He
falls
overdoses
down
on
just
magic.
in front of you, not breathing.
Oh,
Um,
no.
Okay.
Not again.
Oh no! Stop! Help him!
Watch those hips.
Okay. So yeah, Kazeel, as you're casting Greater Restoration, it feels difficult, like to you, just like with your arcanic sense. It seems like it's not quite reaching what you need it to cover, but you seem to you can kind of tell a little bit of difference, and you see Zelthor just kind of like, she had her eyes shut, like really tight, kind of tensing up, and she just kind of like, oh, and she'll open them, and let me just make a roll here. Okay, all right. She kind of look at you, Kazeel. I think that might have helped a bit. I think.
Right.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm remembering like faces a little bit better. It's not all back, but it feels like it might be a little bit better.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
Some kind of magic.
It felt like it didn't quite get everything that's missing. Of course, I don't even think the spell can do all that, but I'm glad it got a wee bit, perhaps.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Of
Kind of
course.
like, clearing things up,
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, any friend of Jarvel's a friend of mine, and we'll try to walk over to different areas of camp.
You can't even be around her.
I love it.
Gosh.
Just have to put some
Gerbils.
distance here.
There's gonna be a Gerbil Kazeel sitcom where they're both like roommates, and it's just like
I would love it if everyone else misses and just Dan
it's just,
and Jonathan makes it. That's totally what we're doing.
we just
Yeah.
we just have
We're
a
just gonna step out of reality.
fever dream
and just a
where
fever
we're-
dream of
we're
Perfect.
Kazeel and
roommates.
Gerbil.
We live on the east side.
Yeah.
Yeah, shared apartment. Yeah.
Catch me on the
Wow.
east side.
Uh,
Nice. Okay, sorry. I
works a
had to
9
see
to
that
5.
Completely.
Yeah.
Uh,
Kazeel inherited his
yeah,
buddy.
so Kazeel steps on the other side of the camp. Zelthor just kind of like look at you, Gerbil. That's and kind of look around at all of you like, I thank you. Please, again, there's not a lot of room, but I mean, she'll kind of like, she'll kind of motion towards like a pile of like it looks like cloth, and it looks like, like maybe like some like scraps of cloth, maybe a couple of like raggedy looking pelts that are kind of folded up together. There's some blankets right there, and there's some rocks around if you want to use those for pillows. I kind of just
I think we all technically have tents and bedrolls. So Gerbil will just like, here. The Gerbil will like give her his bedroll.
oh, thank you. I will say
Uh,
you wouldn't be able to set up a tent here without like
yeah, no.
it
He wasn't
taking up
like
half
that,
the
so-
space. I mean, you could
Yeah.
set it up on the outside, but then you're away from everyone else. But you could if you wanted to.
I'll be sleeping outside in my dome.
Oh yeah, Ramirez has his dome. I thank you for the telling you, Gerbil, for the bedroll.
But No worries. Yeah, I mean, it's not every day you're wandering through a desert on a different plane and run into someone you know.
Where's your did you have a bird with you before?
Oh, and he'll kind of like look into his bag and like lift out. Well, first he'll see if if Tulip is sleeping, but if he'll kind of like open up his bag and like, oh, I have a baby girl.
What? Oh, that's interesting.
Unless
I mean,
unless
like
you're
it
talking
was
about-
like it was like a bird that walked around with y'all, like that came.
oh
Zephyr.
oh Zephyr.
That
Yeah, we
sounds-
don't know
yeah.
where he is. He's from this plane, but a few days ago he just kind of wandered off, and things happened and we couldn't.
Oh,
Go
well,
look
that's
for him.
unfortunate. Hopefully he's okay. It was kind of funny, if I remember correctly.
I think he's more than capable than we even knew.
Are you, you know, and she'll kind of look, kind of glance around and just kind of like lower her voice a bit. Are you doing okay? Like, I remember, you know, the letter and kind of seemed like you were going through stuff or something.
Yeah, I mean, till we got closure in one thing, but then other things
Nice.
happened and probably need different closure for different things now.
Oh,
But
okay.
but as far as what I mentioned in the letter, that was taken care of.
I'm glad. I'm glad for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I think my instincts were right about you. You seem like you seem good.
Thank you. So do you.
No. She'll kind
Kind
of
of shifts.
she'll kind of like smirk playfully at that. Oh, thanks. Well, kind of tired, I guess. I'm gonna just take this bedroll and
Right.
go over there, and yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe more memories will come after a good night's rest.
Yeah. Where are you gonna? Where are you sleeping?
I'll keep watch for a bit, but then don't worry about me. I'll figure something out.
Cooney runs away from the fire.
I'm not. I'm not taking your bedroll, right? Like you're okay.
Oh, no, I had an extra.
Because I've just been
It's
sleeping on
fine.
the sand with like a rock as a pillow. So
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
okay.
Why don't you two just share it? It's plenty of room.
J-Roll shoots daggers.
I Zothora kind of smile and like rub the back of her head and
No offense to you, Dribble, but
Oh,
I am not sure that the bedroll is big enough for the two of you.
He's fluffy.
I think
Um,
I'm just gonna just unroll it over here, and she'll kind of give you a pat on the shoulder, Gerbil. If if you need
Right.
some warmth, you know where to find me. And she'll kind of turn and like go and like lay out the bedroll.
Well, there's a
Just gonna-
fire right here.
I'm gonna lower my glasses to
I'm
Gerbil.
I'm gonna go keep watch, make sure no ghosts steal our memories.
Yep, watch.
Just
That's
gonna go
good.
Stand outside.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Good night, everyone.
Hey,
Right.
Night. And she'll kind of roll out the bedroll. I'm sorry, Kazil, do you have something?
I just want to walk around and ask everyone for a few minutes in the hut once it's up, including Gerbil. Like
Gerbil's just like you're like standing outside the hut, just
That's terrible. Sorry, friend.
Yeah, I'll do the water breathing. I'll do the hut when we get outside.
once we get to the hut and like the the wind's not blowing and everything, you'll notice that even though we are in a desert, Gerbil seems to be sweating a lot more than he has been.
Love it.
Perfect. Well.
Someone noticed. No.
Sorry, I'm sure plenty of you are tired, but I gathered some information from that ghost after I made it my subordinate. It seemed very important, so I wanted to share it with you. First, I took a minute to ask it about that large flying creature that flies about Astasia. That I think it was Geneva told us about. It's apparently a dragon that's made of crystal. So it sounds particularly nasty, so there's that. We should be careful of or prepared for if we need to.
So don't hit it with an arrow. Noted.
Oh, I have a super quick follow-up. Yeah, no arrows, John. Right, it's good. Yeah.
One time he was like, "I'm gonna get this surprise attack." No.
You're sending me another question? Oh my god.
I just realized
Unbelievable.
Well, it was part of a question.
Okay, you're
just
fine.
didn't
You're
answer
fine.
it.
Go.
So I
Oh.
Just
sorry.
What?
Redial
Okay.
on that ghost.
You just okay.
How do I win the game?
Nice.
So you mean like location?
I had asked about both of them. Yeah, like where they being held, and they responded with the first one, but they never answered about the second one. Sorry, Steph. Thank you.
No, you're fine.
I totally missed
It's
it.
really
Oh,
simple
okay.
answer. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
That's
thanks.
probably why I just didn't clarify in my answer
Nice.
to your question to my answer to your question.
It's
To my
quite-
answer.
Answer is just, I don't know. Quit asking questions.
right. It didn't seem very pleased that that it had to be my
Just
support
narrowed
that
its
was,
eyes at you.
I am a
yeah.
ghost. I don't know.
Nice. Right, so I asked it about these. It seemed fairly knowledgeable about what they're all doing, all these ghostly wizards and such. I asked about the underground points of power that we learned about over in the Prime, underneath those places of power. But they told me that it's not about what's underground, but above. That below is the great one, the old one, and such that'll soon awaken. It's a whole. I get very excited about it. But that it's not, in fact, about what's below ground, but above in those places of power. So instead of looking below, we should, if we pursue that on the Prime, it's about something up above it. I don't even know if cities are up there or anything, or if it's just above ground.
We did hear that one of the points was at Fairweather, and they built. There's apparently a tower there now.
Really?
Yeah.
Listen, that might be something worth looking into.
So,
Asked who it was that we're all fighting against, and they said it's one of those rambling answers, but effectively they answered that it's those who desire to snuff out the mages and all that they can accomplish. The great old one will free them, and I went back into that for a bit. Asked about Zilthara's memories and such. But the other very important piece is asked about Aurelius and Z's location. They didn't know about Z, but they said that Aurelius is there at the library, at least as of 3 days ago. was the last time this ghost, or a few days ago, I'd seen Aurelius. So I followed up and asked, is he there as part of the library? Is he there as a captive or something else? And I said that Aurelius was acting on his own volition for the library, protecting the Estacia. So I seem
Oh
to know
shit, Dan. No. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I must have misread something. Oh no. He's gone. Okay. Well, that's sad.
Rewind.
So, okay, so just to clarify, Dan, I'll just say this here. That was about the ghost. Like, I thought you were asking about the ghost. Whether the ghost that
because
answer,
the ghost saw Aurelius.
That answer was to
like,
the ghost.
Okay.
Or for about the ghost, like the
gotcha.
they're acting of their own volition.
Okay.
That would have been like, yeah.
All right. I was like, damn, what a plot twist.
Yeah.
New mission. Kill Aurelius.
Yeah.
Erase.
But I would also say
it's okay. I wrote in pen. No.
I'll reglass myself here.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a disturbance.
Okay.
Yeah.
They said that Aurelius was being used by the library in some way. If I press this ghost, like, yeah, but what did you see? Was he chained? Is he, anything like that? Okay. He's freely walking around the library, but the ghost seemed to know that he was being used in some way. Can I ask the ghost, like, does the ghost know in what ways? Like, does he have something like held over him? Like, what does he mean used?
Oh, he wouldn't know. He wouldn't know.
Okay.
Dude, I just work here.
yeah.
That's it.
Listen, ghost, you know it's being used. What do you mean?
That's kind of above my pay grade.
Just picking up the trash, man.
I don't get paid enough, man. I'm out here having to find my own memories.
The ghost then is like, well, time to go to lunch. Time to close up for the day.
I know you're like the new manager and everything, but
so he's being used after all.
Oh. I mean, he wouldn't have. I mean, at least he's not dead. But for him to leave everything to us, I don't think he's expecting to get out of that.
But he's walking around freely, so if we are to go there for a meeting, perhaps we'll be able to see him.
We're not just.
Yeah,
we're not meeting them at the library. We're meeting them in Rakoth on the shores.
Oh, okay.
We're not going near Asteria.
Gotcha.
There's still the map. There's still like a big river sea thing, but we don't even know if it's water. It could just be dropped off into oblivion.
It's not
magic land.
Hey. Right. Well, he's
So
there.
Well, we know he's there. That's good.
Also, something I'd mentioned this to Tegan this morning, but last night, for the past couple nights, I've been trying to use the crystal ball to locate Shanad. And I was successful last night. And she was sleeping in a bed, and from what I could tell, there were many other beds trapped. And I don't remember, was there Is there chains on the bed, like manacles? I can find out.
I don't think so. I think I told you no.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just.
But I did say that there were other. It seemed like other people in the room with her.
Yeah, there are a lot of other people. Oh yeah, I saw her in a bed. It was a small bed. Sheets didn't seem to fit in it. But there was she was one of many beds, and they were all filled with people. Some were small, like children. Others were adult-sized. She seemed at least as healthy as the last time we saw her, which, realizing that a lot of people weren't here last time we saw her, which wasn't exactly, she wasn't exactly in the best of conditions last time, but she's obviously here, or else I couldn't have scryed on her. And we know, we know that they've been collecting mages, people with magic, and keeping them at the library. I think that's. I think we already knew, but.
The winged jewel there said that too, that they're using mages to power something, or this resurrection, or something akin to that, in the way that the cities are use mages, the one that fell.
You remember
Shall not be named.
that list of prophecies we found back in Fairweather, that mentioned that the Great One would rise. It's. I think that some of our answers have been in front of us for a while. We just never saw the grand picture till now.
Aye.
But I think you all know my concerns about this meeting, but either way, I think it's good that we're making ties with allies now. Before I go to bed, I'm gonna try to make contact again with Washta and see where she's at. Because she had said that she might come here and that she might have more info. And I'll also probably check on Dirk or Geneva just to make sure that they're okay. Is there anything any of you need me to share with anybody? I mean, of the people we have sending stones to, which is very limited.
Oh, do you think that we should? Oops. Do you think that we should let John know about the timepiece here?
I mean, I guess you could contact anybody because you're sending stuff, but we don't have a stone for him. But I mean,
I seem to have forgotten who exactly do you have the stones for?
I have. He'll go through his bag and he'll apologize to Tulip as he's rifling
Yeah.
through it. I have a stone to Lashta. I have a stone for Geneva. I have a stone for Dirk. And I have a stone for Aqua, which I don't think we should worry her until we have Shanad safe. I also just have in my inventory just sending stones that are unlabeled. I don't know where those came from. I don't remember. I'll look it up because if I didn't label them,
the only person putting stuff in your inventory is you. So
I know.
New
But
stone.
I'm
Who
trying to
dis?
remember. Well, I'm trying to remember if it's like if we were given a pair.
although that would be fun for me to
Like
just
in our
go
big
through
gra-
and start adding
Well-
sending stones to everyone's inventory.
Nice. Guess who?
Yeah. No, I think those are just like. I think I made sure I bought sending stones recently to like share with somebody, like in case we needed them. I
Okay.
think there's spare sending stones. Yeah. Oh, no. Wait. Unless anyone else, no. Unless anyone else has it, it's probably to what's her name? Fawn Private Eye.
Today.
Oh yeah.
Dea. No, or does Junie have that? Did I give it to Junie?
Mm-mm. I don't think
probably-
so.
That's what it is. It's Judea's. Which I had. Now that I say that out loud, I had labeled that and it got unlabeled. It didn't save. That's what it is. It's Judea's.
Okay.
It's Judea's. Mystery solved.
Mystery
Hooray.
solved.
Oh no, she'll be happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. The rest of you discuss while I change this.
Recently, I learned the spell scrying. I've taken the fast few days to get acquainted with it, but I was thinking about scrying on Cullum or Z, since we don't know anything about them.
Z, perhaps? I was thinking of sending a message to Z again tonight, but Skyen is much better to see if he's...
Let's put Stephanie on the spot, yeah!
Well,
nice.
I mean,
Just gonna.
I'll
They're dead.
send a
They're all
message to
dead.
whoever you don't scry on.
I would like to cast Scrying on Z.
Okay. All right.
Or Zenfried, rather.
Okay.
Is that a role for you, Joe? Either
No,
way,
it's
I'm gonna.
the target. The
That's-
target
okay.
has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Which is modified by how well you know the target.
Right. And
which
also
is tricky because does dream combos happen like through time
Yeah,
count?
like, do I know him that well, even though we've never met in person? Does his weird apparition outside of Bairn count as, I don't know. Does the book his apparition gave me count as a possession of his? Lots of weird calls
Lots
that
of
you would
weird.
need.
Sure. All right. So what are you? Are you using anything? Are you going to try to use anything to kind of help this, or what are you?
I will pull out of my bag the book labeled The Magic of Osbergen, written by Z.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
I'll grasp it as I cast the spell.
Okay. So I'm going to assume. Let's see. I'm wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw against a powerful wizard. Probably won't go well.
As we speak, Cullum's like breaking them out, and then all of a sudden, like someone's trying to scry on us, and they set up an alarm.
Yeah, they just like
we were almost
GTFO.
scot-free.
They
And
GTFO. Okay. All right. I'm just trying to think of what would be happening.
Playing dominoes.
So you can definitely sense that the scrying spell is successful. And Rhaenyra, you kind of feel the sensor kind of take hold in the space where you assume Z is. You see a single bed, and someone, and you see Z sitting on the bed, sitting up, kind of like back against a wall, a stone wall. The space looks, it's not really it's not dingy. It looks pretty well taken care of. The bed has like a sheet on it and a light blanket that seem rather clean. That you can tell, like you're seeing this by candlelight that, you know, from somewhere in the room.
Would seem better conditions than the other conditions that Shanad and Jerheim were.
That were described to you, yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. So this last, let's see, it takes you 10 minutes to cast this. Concentration up to 10 minutes. Yeah, so you see Z kind of leaning against a wall with his eyes closed, legs crisscrossed, and almost in, yeah, you'd probably know as kind of like a meditation pose. You see Z kind of, his face change a bit, you know, like his facial expression change a bit, and he kind of opens one eye, you know, first, and then opens the other and looks directly at you from what you're seeing through this sensor. And will... I didn't see in here. Okay. Stay where he's at, seated, and still looking at the sensor, you know, looking at you. And kind of give this grin. Ah, I see you found me. Well, clever. I'm not sure why you're scrying on me, it seems. But it's good to have company. If you're associated with Cullum, let him know that I'm still alive. And that I will try to be done with this business as soon as I can. Well, if you don't mind me, I'm going to, these bones are tired, you know, kind of slowly get up and start laying down in the bed. I think I'm going to get some shut-eye.
And I'll cut the spell.
Okay.
Let him have his privacy.
Yeah.
I'm going to relay all of that to the group. Kazil, I don't know if maybe you'd like to message Colin with that information.
Oh, right. Thank you. I'm glad to know that he's all right. And I'll certainly pass that information along.
Dear God.
I'm sure Colin will be very pleased to hear that. And I'll just send a message to Colin asking if he's okay and telling him Z's alive and repeat Z's message.
Okay. Oh, hello, friend. I'm actually, in the north, I think. How do these sending spells work again?
Master of all
Come
arts.
Exclamation point, exclamation point, period, hashtag, emoticon.
Yes. Yes.
I'm clicking the button, the send button. It's not working.
It keeps auto-correcting the butts. Why?
Not a photo.
I
Don't put
believe
bumps in
it's
mine.
Esterwind.
Hmm.
And that's all.
Okay. I'll let everyone. I'll share that too. Colum is up somewhere in the north. He said, but he's all right. A place called Esterwind.
One time I don't pull up the map.
Is there anyone else that you'd want me to? I can send a spell a few more times. If is there anyone else you think we need to contact and update? Geneva, perhaps.
I mean, you don't have to. I have a stone to Geneva. You don't have to.
All right. Well, perhaps her and Jabba if you're willing.
Just get them all on the line at once. It can be a party line. Like we can just.
Gosh.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Has anyone tried sending a message to Zephyr? He's been gone a while.
Suppose I can do that.
What
That's
about
a great
Red?
idea.
We haven't seen Red in a while either.
Oh,
I care more about Red than Zephyr, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. I'm marking off 2 more 3rd level spots.
It's gonna take Zavar. We're gonna go make our own list somewhere. Listen, I don't know any of these people.
Wait, dribble. Renarius, pull out the torchlight committee member. Let's just go down it.
Better order
Yeah, no.
pizza.
Junie and I need our own, so we can everyone goes off like Junie. Hey, let me just tell you something, so I feel like I'm involved.
No, I have a secret.
There's
I don't
somebody named Thilmera Stonecutter in the furnace.
Let's turn around. Zephyr, hope you're well.
Oh gosh, we're actually doing this.
Here you and I'll send on thing, and then I hope you're finding your way where you need to go. We're here. We're over
Also,
here.
I have your swords. One
Right,
of
I'm
them?
taking great care of your swords, Zephyr.
We could really use those soul-trapping cards you have with you.
Please consider sending us carefully to the mail.
Yeah,
Secure mail.
I've enclosed our GPS location.
The cards. Thank you. Okay.
Hugs and kisses.
So,
XO.
you hear, so there's a few minutes pause.
Hags, have a great summer.
Few minutes pause. What's up? Do you ever feel the need to conquer land?
Yes. Rude.
I think a note would suffice. We should talk. We can't right now.
Oh, I'm gonna tell everyone that. Oh, and then I said, "Can you do it right now? Must be in the middle or something."
Sounds like Zephyr.
Gerbil had left the hut to go do his sending stones.
Go and do sending stones. Yeah, we get it.
Yes.
I think the only other message I'm gonna send was a fourth
No.
level spell slot.
Okay.
Is in all seriousness, I'm just gonna send one to Yaya. Yaya.
Yeah.
Who?
Okay.
Jewel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
your side hustle.
His
Exciting.
winged side woman.
Thinking of you tonight.
Wait, which one?
That's
And
a really
you-
good point. I guess I should send one to the.
Oh,
the
gosh.
swords
The,
woman.
the vendor.
Just
well.
got one like last night somewhere.
That's all my sending
Hey.
things. Yeah.
Hey, Ingrid, how you doing? We haven't talked since you stabbed me.
Wait, so who are
Just
you?
thinking of you tonight.
Who are you
I'll
messaging?
do that tomorrow.
Oh, God.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Just to be like thinking of you tonight.
Okay.
And not like an update with our plans, but like we're making our way over here, and what are you wearing? But then I'm gonna not really, but something
Mhm.
because
She could like teleport in front of us. She's like a demigod.
Oh.
She could be like,
right in front of us. I'm gonna
You
send.
know, I just got asked if I felt the need to conquer lands, and I thought I'd give you a call.
right. To bring those valleys and peaks over here, man. Okay. I'm also I'm gonna send the other one, my final spell slot, to
Burn 'em
the
all.
beautiful crafts, the woman that does the beautiful crafts
He
The
doesn't
one who is
remember her
friends
name.
with
at the
Inget?
shopping stall. Yeah,
Doesn't
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
even remember her name.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you don't even need the name. You just say, "Hey, good looking."
I have the name written down in my notes. I can
Neither
look
woman
for
is
it.
scrying on you at this point.
Wow. Because
But I
there's a
will
little black book.
Yeah, I will. That's terrible. I'll definitely use her name. And
Little like
just,
bag of stones.
Oh, Laren. That's how I wrote it.
Larry.
I wrote Laren.
Hey, Llewellyn, how you doing?
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'll just, I sort of, I hope you're working on your own project again,
Mhm.
because she was talking about, taking up the craft,
Yeah.
herself again.
Yeah.
And these swords are fantastic. That treat me so well, and I'm often with them so close to me. I think fondly of you.
Okay. All right.
He has it. You're
So, okay. So, responds. She responds in kind, to whatever the message entailed. She will say that she is just lounging by the pool, or she'll say lounging by the pool. And about ready to go to sleep. Thinking of you.
There's pools at Lisa Deer? We didn't
And,
see any.
Obviously, that's the most important detail there.
and
Yeah.
well, no, that was Yia. That was the
Oh.
that was
Oh, that was
the one with the wings.
demigod.
Yeah.
Demigoddess. Okay.
The
She's like in a
craftsman-
celestial
The
pool.
craftsman and Lisa Deer will respond the same. Just kind of tell you that she has been working on her craft some more. Thank you for asking. She will say that she made a sword especially for you.
Yes.
You
And
need a
she
strength
has.
19 to wield
that
it.
has your name written all over it if you just come get it.
Wow. That emphasis, Steph.
It's like-
I didn't even hear the rest of the
Kazeel
sentence.
is actually on it, like bejeweled.
Nice, nice.
Kazeel, and it's
Yeah.
spelled wrong.
Yes.
Oh no,
Mhm.
no regrets.
No regrets.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, sorry. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's enough of my silly. I'm so sorry.
Mhm.
I'll do that and then I'll go to bed.
Okay.
You know.
There you will.
Gerbil will poke his head back in the hut. Has anyone heard from Gimbal in a while?
Yeah, send him some.
Get the mirror to Gimbal.
Oh yeah, no. Pigstrid, call Gimbal.
Nice.
Fuck all of you.
Yeah. Listen. Zavar and Junie don't have connections. Okay, we are currently no strings attached here. We're making it easy. He's an orphan.
They're over there in the loader's corner.
Yeah, we're just like
Everyone's on their phones. We're just like,
God. Yeah, you know what, Zavar, hold this. I'm gonna hand him a bottle that hangs around her horns, and then she's gonna disappear.
what?
Like actually disappear?
Oh no! Oh wait. What is in this bottle?
It was next to the squirrel. I wouldn't drink it.
Can't.
Could be blood. Set it down, Tyler.
Oh, what's it smell like?
Junie.
Oh!
It smells like Junie?
Oh shit.
What is this little critter doing?
Knock it off.
Are you okay in there?
Just. Are they done talking yet? Are they done talking?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, so this is what y'all are doing while everyone else is doing their thing. Gerbil, would you have anything to do?
That's fine.
Gerbil will step outside to continue his watch, and he'll pull out the Sitting Stone Solashna and just be like, I'm too tired. I'll wait in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to keep us here another 30 minutes just figure out who we can call.
Okay. All right. Is that all you're going to do before your watch?
I mean, he will actually attempt to watch.
Okay.
But
all right. Okay.
then he'll go sleep awkwardly in the sand, like where Zell won't be able to see.
Okay. Okay. All right. Tegan, do you have anything before you go to bed?
Yeah, they'll probably take the watch with Gerbil and then they'll meditate.
Okay. Renarius?
I'll probably take third watch.
Okay. I'll probably ask you again next week, so just remember, write it down, or you can just choose next week again. Juniper, did you have anything before you want to go to bed? Okay.
Get wasted with Zavar.
Zavar, what are you doing?
First of all, is Zavar still holding a bottle?
Yes, I told you to hold it.
And is Juniper still disappeared?
Yes.
Drink it.
Just
I
Drink it.
will.
Swig. Just one
No,
swig.
God, no.
You don't know.
That is.
We don't know.
Not, and there's. I will very
What would your
carefully set
character
it
do?
down. It's just not. I mean,
I said,
that's not
hold
funny.
it. Don't leave it in the hut. I said hold it.
I mean, I might actually drink this.
It's on a chain. It's on a chain.
All right, I'll put it around my neck because I would be. It would be dangerous for me to like not accidentally drink because I do drink. So it's like, all right, fine. Just don't come out while I'm asleep. This is weird. And I'm going to bed.
Okay. All right. And Kazil, you were going to bed, right? Okay. All right. Having sweet dreams about your ladies. All right. Okay. So I guess like that's where we'll not very much of an exciting point, but we'll end tonight's session there and
This has been the most exciting episode.
start up next week as everyone wakes up. Maybe the next morning. We'll see.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Who knows? All right.
So don't mark off as a long rest until we start next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So for those
Okay.
watching, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, players.
Yeah.
Again, like we're ending this a little bit early. Usually we end around 1 a.m., but I have a time to get up in the morning. So
Yeah.
for the time being, we are ending around midnight for the Forsaken. So you get us for a couple of hours on Mondays. We have a lot of D&D content here on this channel. Mondays, let's see here. Mondays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, we have D&D 5e content at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Saturdays, we have it twice. And I have a schedule up here. I know that, I think Tuesdays is still on hiatus, correct, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tuesdays on hiatus for right now for Curious Lament, as well as Wednesdays for the Penumbra Assembly until we get some schedules figured out and all that good stuff. But yeah, we also have a Patreon, so if you're looking for ways to support, head over there. A lot of cool stuff.
Movie nights
there.
next week.
Movie nights next week. Yeah. Yeah, and so yeah, if you pay with $20 or up, you have monthly movie nights. So that's really exciting. Dan, do we have someone to read over to? Did you find
We
someone?
do. It's a new place called Dice Cream Sandwich.
Ooh.
That sounds great.
Nice.
That's
Wow.
perfect.
Sounds great. All right, cool. Well, thank you all again. Thank you, players. Thank you, viewers. Have a great rest of your week. Stay safe. And give a call in the chat over there. And we'll see you next time. All right. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.